Kello left with a knee sprain. We'll have an MRI tomorrow. Timor left. Be returned. Ribs. All right, that was it. Go ahead.
Knee sprain suggests that it's not ACL or anything really serious. Is that your understanding?
I hope not. They haven't ruled it out yet, so I'm not sure.
Kyle, even though most of your team wasn't around for this long losing streak to Seattle, what do you think it means to them just to stamp it and to beat a division rival like that?
It means a ton. Not all of us have been here since 2013, but a lot of us were here last year. We're all definitely here 2 weeks ago. It's a division rival. We're very sick about the way we lost 2 weeks ago. I was real proud of the guys just not saying anything. I knew it meant a lot to our guys, especially after 2 weeks, and to the fans and everything since 2013. I hated having to answer those questions all week, and I definitely didn't want to go a whole nother year having to do it. So this was our last opportunity to end that, and I'm glad we don't have to hear that again.
What does it say about your group that you guys could get blown out 2 weeks ago and bounce back and put together a game like this?
That's how the NFL is. Even I look at the blowout, and I think it's just a difference in a few plays before it gets out of hand. And that's how every week is. So you can't overreact when things like that are like that. You got to play good football. We definitely played better today, but there was times where we weren't perfect, and whether it was one side of the ball who struggled at one time, the other one stepped it up, and especially special teams making that play with the kick return. Especially the way they started. The third quarter 2 weeks ago. So I know that felt good for Richie, especially having the fumble punt, too, at the end of the second quarter from 2 weeks ago. So a lot of guys stepped it up in all three phases, and it was a great team win.
Kyle, how much confidence did you have in Jeff Wilson carrying the ball in that final drive, considering his history of fumbling in the last two games and then also today early in the first half?
Yeah, it's tough, especially how it's gone since he's been in and then what happened today. But Breida went out on the last drive, so you don't have much of a choice with it. Now that he went in and the way he finished running and the fact that he did hold on to the ball, it was great for him because, when he started off that fumble early, then dropped a screen pass, we were going to keep Breida in as much as possible. And then Jeff went in at the end because Breida got hurt, and it was awesome the way it ended because now that should give him some confidence and make it ready for him to get out next week.
You did get
What's that?
Ankle again.
Yeah, I forgot to say that because it happened at the end, and no one mentioned me before I came in. I don't think it was that big. But that's why he wasn't in those last few plays.
How do you assess Nick Mullins' performance?
Similar to the last few weeks. Very efficient, made the plays that were there, made a few off-schedule plays too. Did a great job escaping the rush on a blitz one time where they brought more than we blocked. Was hoping we could make some of those plays at the end and not go to overtime. They got us on a few protection issues, though. Nick ended up holding on to the ball, at least not turning it over. So I was happy with Nick. He gave us a chance to win. I was happy with all the guys.
After losing like the way you did a couple weeks ago, to see Seattle score first and then respond immediately with that touchdown from Richie, how important was that early in the game?
Very important. It always is. We knew it was going to be a battle today, regardless of how the score went. They're a good team, and they're coming in playing hard like they always do, and we knew we were going to be ready today also. So we knew it was going to come to the wire, down to the wire. Didn't know if it was going to be overtime, but I was glad it was. It was, I think, our first overtime win, and give us a little experience with that too.
How did you get DeForest today?
From what I saw, every time I watched out there, it looked like he was making plays. I definitely saw the sack he had. Looked like he played well in the run game. The way they run the ball, they don't give you a ton of opportunities in the pass game, and it looked like he definitely affected it. So I was very happy with the Defo, and see again when I watch the tape later tonight.
How pleased with you with the defense overall, considering how well they set the edge today? Got home on Russell a few times, considering how they played 2 weeks ago. I think they gave up 7 plays for 110 yards on the edge.
Yeah, just overall, I was very happy with the defense. By no means were they perfect. They got an edge on a couple. Definitely got it, I think, on the 3rd and 1. And then they ran the ball well, but that's what that team does. What I was excited that our defense just they never let them break them down. Even when they gave up some plays, even I thought the goal line stand was very close. I know that guy made a hell of a run to get in at the end, but our guys just battled and they didn't worry about any bad play. They just did one play at a time. They did it all game, and I was really disappointed when they had the stand at the end that the offense had a chance to go down and answer and finish, and the offense didn't. And we ended up punting it back to them, going to overtime, and then the defense did the same thing. They stopped them, gave the offense another chance, and then the offense finished. So defense did a hell of a job all day.
The second half, the last game, Mullins seemed to get it going a little bit. How much do you think, whether just X's and O's or confidence-wise, do you think that helped him seeing them again today?
I mean, the more guys play and the more success they have, the more confidence they get. He did a great job in that second half throwing the ball 2 weeks ago, and I thought we had a lot more success throwing the ball in the first half today. But we struggled on third downs from what I remember today in the second half, and we didn't get to stay on the field as long and get those opportunities. But I think Nick's getting better the more he plays.
Can you assess it to Tavarius Moore's performance filling in for Okello?
I didn't want him to get his opportunity because of his injury, but he's been playing tough all year. It was good to get him to just throw him out there and see how he did, and I thought he rised up to the challenge very well. He played aggressive in his man coverage. He's not scared to tackle at all. Got beat a couple times, which corners do, and he didn't shy away. He's not scared to be out there. He competes, and I was happy with him out there.
How big were DeForest Buckner's sacks? And on that second one, are there many defensive tackles in the league who are chasing down Russell going to the sideline?
No, it's tough, and sacks are huge versus them. When you get a sack, it's very hard to recover from that on any type of drive for an offense. And the way that they run the ball and everything, and how efficient they are in it, you got to get some negative plays, and you don't get too many opportunities at it. So when you can get to them and sack them, keep them from doing those off-schedule plays, a lot of times it's different than winning and losing versus a quarterback like that.
What do you think of Robert Sala's athleticism during the celebration of that sack?
I missed it, but I'm sure it wasn't very impressive.
Robbie Gould's going to be a free agent. I assume he's a guy you'd like to have back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, he's made 69. Maybe I'm botching this. Like 69 and 72 field goals since he's been in.
Yeah, he should make them all, right? No, I'm just joking. That's what I say to Robbie, too. Of course we want Robbie back. He's been great all for 2 years. It's nice for a coach that when you get to the end of that, I'm not thinking about him missing it at all.
What did you think of Fred Warner's the penalty was called on him for the roughing the passer, and then the very next series, Nick looked like he got hit a couple times late, didn't get the benefit of that whistle. What were your thoughts on that whole
I think
series
there
of
are
events?
two different categories of how they do it. I'm sure that they gave Fred the one for landing on him, which the rule is what it is, but I definitely don't think it was anything malicious or anything that hurt Russell at all. I'm sure he was surprised. And then the one that Nick had, I didn't see it clean. I don't think it was landing on him. I think there was a possible helmet to the chin. So that'd be two different deals, but I'm not talking much about it.
And some Richard Sherman must be excited about this win. Did you had a chance to talk to him since the game ended?
Yeah, just saw him in the locker room. Anytime you get to play against your former team, especially a team that he had a career like he did for them, I know he was happy. And, talked to him and there, just gave him a hug, didn't say much, but it's a big deal for guys, and I was real happy for Sherman to get that.
All right. Thank you. We're going to bring
Thanks, guys.
Buckner.